welcome back to this week's Norman News. I'm Suomi.
And I'm Natalie Gold. Stay tuned for news on stress last week.
And more on Spirit Week. Around the school in 30 minutes.
This is the Norman News.
Happy Monday, Normans. In just a few weeks, we will all be taking finals, but no need to stress, you got this. In order to feel more prepared for your finals, now is a great time to start studying. Even if your teachers haven't assigned a study guide, pull together previous classwork and start looking over it. Finals tend to bring out a lot of stress in our Normans, and we want to do everything we can to help each other and every student feel prepared and calm. Over the course of finals, Norman Aid will be hosting different events during Stress Less Week to calm some of those finals nerves. Have a great week, Normans. Now to Natalie with school news.
Thanks, Grace. Seniors, the final deadline for the senior advertisement for the 2022 to 2023 BHHS yearbook is December 6th. 1/4 of a page is now $110, which is 5 by 4. Half of a page costs $195 and is 5 by 8 inches. And lastly, a full page costs $310, and the size of a full page is 8.5 by 11 inches. Don't forget to include a then and now photo as well as a personal message from your loved ones. Students, Winter Wonderland Spirit Week starts today. Today at lunch, stop by the second floor patio to decorate holiday cards and get hot chocolate. Tuesday, December 6th is Ugly Sweater Day. Wear your funniest and ugliest holiday sweater. December 7th is Wonderland White Day. Dress up wearing all white for a whiteout day. Thursday, December 8th is Candy Cane Day. Wear red and white to school and visit the second floor patio during lunch for a special holiday event. Lastly, Friday, December 9th is Pajama Day. Wear your comfiest PJs. The BHHS Instrumental Music class presents Holiday Lights, a winter concert on December 7th from 7 to 8 p.m. General admission is $10, and this performance will be taking place at the Beverly Vista Auditorium. Stop by to show your support. Now to Jason with more school news.
Thanks, Natalie. Hello, Normans. Spirit Week is this week. Tomorrow, the 6th, is Ugly Sweater Day. Wednesday, the 7th, is Wonderland White Day, so dress up for Whiteout Day at school. Thursday, the 8th, is Candy Cane Day. Wear red and white to school and stop by the second floor patio at lunch for a holiday event. You may have missed today, but you may still participate in this week's Spirit Week. Have fun, Normans. And now to a field report.
Thank you, Jason. People in China have been protesting after the government's sudden increase in COVID policies and unfair shutdowns. The Chinese authorities were quick to stop a majority of protests. However, fellow demonstrators have gathered at universities, consulates, government buildings, and other landmarks on several continents. This support has been shown in major cities all over the world, from Tokyo to Melbourne, New York to Hong Kong, and more. At each protest, people have shouted some of the same slogans heard on the streets of Shanghai and Beijing. It is unknown for how much longer the protests will take place, but people all over the world are speaking up. That's all the world news for today. Now to Akira with national news.
Thanks, Eden. At the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, the first eruption in 38 years of the world's largest active volcano, Mauna Loa, is drawing visitors. A park spokesperson stated that the site was spectacular, especially at night and before sunrise. Visitors are able to witness two eruptive events of the glow from Kilauea's lava lake and lava from Mauna Loa. Since the volcano last erupted in 1984, the current eruption is its 34th written down in history. At first, officials were concerned that lava flowing down will head toward the community of South Kona, but scientists assured the public that the eruption migrated to a rift zone, which made it non-threatening to communities. Ken Hahn, scientist in charge, said that the lava was flowing at less than 1 mile per hour. The smell of volcanic gases and sulfur were thick along Saddle Road, where people watched the wide stream of lava come closer. Scientists are trying to figure out more details about the eruption, but Hahn stated that it's too early to figure things out. Now to Laura with local news. Thanks, Akira. On December 1st, a group of protesters gathered in front of Balenciaga's store on Rodeo Drive. The reason they were protesting was because of Balenciaga's Instagram advertising campaign. The luxury brand's campaign featured unpleasant and offensive images of children, which is why the protesters are upset. Balenciaga has decided to apologize and remove all traces of the campaign. Now to Ariane and Mickey with sports.
Good morning, Normans. I'm your host, Naim, and welcome back to Pro Sports. Starting off with the World Cup, we saw surprising wins and losses. We will be seeing Morocco versus Spain, Portugal versus Switzerland, and Brazil versus South Korea tomorrow. On Friday, we'll be seeing Argentina playing Netherlands and England playing France. That's all for Pro Sports. Now on to Mickey with school sports.
Thank you, Ariane. I'm Mickey Anavim coming to you with this week's school sports. Starting off with girls soccer, varsity and JV have games at home against Palos Verdes today. JV also has a home game on Wednesday against Lawndale. Girls water polo has a game on Thursday against Calabasas away. Girls varsity basketball has a TBA tournament all week. Boys varsity soccer has a game against Crossroads today, Mary Star Wednesday, and Windward Friday. Their JV team also plays Windward on Friday. Good luck, athletes, on a tough week, and go Normans. Now to a field report.
Hello everyone, I'm Matthew Niknam, and today I will be asking, what team are you cheering on in the World Cup?
I want Brazil to win because I like Neymar.
I want Portugal to win because I like Ronaldo.
Mexico because I'm Mexican.
I am rooting for America because I'm from America, and I think USA should win.
I am rooting for France because they got Mbappe.
France.
Because they're cool.
Yes.
So just, who are you rooting for?
I'm rooting for the USA because it's where I'm from.
I'm cheering for Brazil because I think they're the best team and they have the best players.
I'm rooting for Brazil. It's obviously the best.
I'm rooting for Spain.
Germany sucks.
One, just say it.
I'm rooting for the United States of America because I'm a loyal patriot to my country, and I want everyone in the world to know it's called soccer, not football.
Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.
Thank you, Ye, an artist widely known as Kanye West, is drawing headlines for not only his music, but now for controversial politics. Kanye's commentary on anti-Semitism and political rights have caused all unneeded attention to be put on him. Recently, he dined with Donald Trump, former president, at Mar-a-Lago, a club owned by Trump. The dinner commenced 2 days before Thanksgiving, and Kanye arrived with anti-Semitist plus white nationalist Nick Fuentes and 2 other guests. Shortly after the dinner and all the backlash that came with it, Kanye tweeted some insights from the night. During the dinner, Kanye stated that the thing that Trump was most perturbed about me asking him to be my vice president, and that I think it was lower on the list of the things that caught him off guard. They revealed that they not only talked about him making Trump's vice president and if he wins presidential campaign, but also that Trump had a moment and screamed at West during the meeting about a run. Following this meeting, Kanye destroyed his reputation even more after he went on the Alex Jones show where he disgustingly repeatedly praised Hitler and the Nazi party, saying how he liked Hitler since he did good things too, after saying that the Nazis did a lot of very bad things. He was soon banned from Twitter on December 1st after posting an image of the Nazi swastika inside the Star of David. Now to Deborah with this week's movie review.
Thank you, Deborah. Steven Spielberg's A New Wonder is coming to our screens, starring a young boy, Sammy Fabelman, and his love for filmmaking. Although this movie is not just about a boy with a passion, but with difficulties in marriage, parenting, and teen years. The movie will star Gabriel Lambell and will show the true meaning of a film, uncover what's behind the camera in this coming-of-age story. now you can watch in theaters for the eye-opening experience. Now let's sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's movie trailer.
Movies are dreams. That you never forget. Sammy?
The lights change how everything looks. It's hard to find our house.
Ours is the dark house with no lights.
In this family, it's the scientists versus the artists. Sammy's on my team, takes after me.
What kind of movie are we gonna make?
You dismiss what he does that's playful or imaginative. You could afford to be a little encouraging.
She should have been a concert piano player. What she got in her heart is what you got.
You can't just love something, you also have to take care of it. It's more important than your hobby.
Can you stop calling it a hobby?
Mom got a monkey.
Why'd you get a monkey?
Because I needed a laugh.
You always have to be the center of attention.
Stop shouting at her!
That has been nothing but disrespect from you. I'm your mother!
Family, art. It'll tear you in two.
You stop making movies, it'll break your mother's heart.
I don't know what to do anymore.
You do what your heart says you have to.
What was your favorite part?
Thank you so much, Deborah. The Fablemans looks amazing, and I can't wait to go check it out.
Go get your tickets for the Fablemans today. Now let's send it to Sophia with an interview.
Hi, I'm Sophia Sadian, and this is Koyamrani. In today's interview, we're going to be talking about the wrestling coach who was recently fired.
Yeah, so the first place I saw the video surveillance footage of the coach was on LA Times. It was pretty unfortunate to see the surveillance footage of the coach pushing the student.
And actually, one day after school, I was going back to my car, and I saw a news truck in front of the district office, and it was just really shocking to see that because they were doing the report about what had actually took place on campus. So, just seeing that was really shocking, and it was kind of like a wake-up call for me. It was just really unfortunate.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for watching. Let's send it back to Matthew.
Thanks, Sophie. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have been the most recent installments in the most successful video game franchise of all time, with many positive aspects, and yet these games still find a way to disappoint me. The base gameplay of these entries is fun, with an open world game allowing you to take on events when you want, rather than having a set path, allowing you to catch almost any Pokemon you want immediately. With a lot of Pokemon being well designed, this is nice, but remember all of those unique features for catching Pokemon in the overworld that Legends Arceus had? Well, they aren't here anymore, because when we take one step forward with this franchise, we need to take at least two backwards. But you can interact with your friends online in the overworld, so yay! You can either send out your Pokemon or just fight another Pokemon in the overworld, or engage in it in an actual battle and catch it in typical Pokemon fashion. When in battle, you have a party of 6 Pokemon at a time with 4 moves. Basic stuff. This is fun and always will be fun. The gimmick of this entry is called Terrestrializing, where you can change your Pokemon's types to a different one for the rest of the battle to increase its offensive or defensive abilities. This is a nice way to change up the typical formula, but isn't super complex. The plot is that you are a student at a school for Pokemon trainers. The professor gives you 1 to 2 Pokemon, typical stuff. But then you encounter the legendary box art Pokemon, one of these guys, who is weak and injured. This will then lead you down 3 chapters that you get to complete, with 3 characters that are followed in each storyline. Champions Road is the standard 8 gyms with different Pokemon types. Find them, beat them, and fight the Elite Form 4, and maybe fight your rival Nemona on occasion. This unlocks gym badges that let you control Pokemon of higher levels. Before each gym is a puzzle, which is always upsettingly easy. Leaders are fun to interact with and have great designs, but there's no voice acting. It's insane how much better this game would be. We'll get back to this later. But the major issue I have with this is that the gyms don't scale, and considering how one of the major taglines of whatever, whenever you want, it's cheap that the actual game is do whatever you want, but you should definitely do it in this order. That's very disappointing. Then there's Starfall Street, in which Team Star have started to take over the school, and guided by your friend Penny, you'll fight off random students with the mugging feature mentioned prior and take their lunch money. Are you sure you're not the bully here? Before fighting one of their 5 leaders who fights you with a truck. No, I'm serious, you fight the battle bus from Fortnite at least 5 times in this game. This is my least favorite part of the game, as it just isn't well written and feels pointless. But my favorite storyline is Path of Legends, which follows what should be a goofy subplot of following Arvin, a chef and son of the professor, on his journey to collect special herbs guarded by a special Titan Pokemon, who are very big and strong. You encounter them, you fight them, you beat them, you have a phase 2, and then you do it again, except Arvin tries his best to help. But what makes this part of the game better to me is the reason the herbs are being gathered. Arvin's Pokemon, a Mastiff Pokemon, is dying, so weak that we initially see it barely clinging to life, but by gathering all 5 of these herbs, Arvin hopes to save his best friend. This part of the game's story was my favorite. Arvin initially comes off as kind of a snob, but with the added element of his Pokemon, it really gives some weight that this game lacks. This is also the part of the game that showcases the legendary Pokemon that you're being accompanied with growing closer to you, and with each herb, it gradually gains strength, and can perform more movement techniques. But do you know what would have made this story more emotional? If we had some voice acting! Every cutscene in this game falls horrifyingly flat. Like, there was supposed to be voice acting, but it was just cut at the last second. After these 3, there's a final chapter that's honestly really good, but my god, the rest of the game. It drives me insane that this AAA $60 game made by one of the most successful franchises in the world still sucks. This game, at the time of this review, is filled with game-breaking bugs, which, while humorous, shows how rushed the devs were with making this game. The versions, as usual, are the exact same, but the game still somehow feels like if they focused on just one of them, it'd be better than this. The graphics are fine, the movements of the models are acceptable, and the gameplay is enjoyable, yes. But the Pokemon franchise refuses to innovate, not adding anything that actually steps the game forward, and continuing to produce the same stagnant thing over and over and over again. I don't recommend getting this game personally. It's good, and maybe on sale it'll be worth it. But for $60 that you could just spend on better games, I don't think it's worth it. Here's the trailer if you want to see.
Thanks, Matthew. Kiki and Palmer and SZA are looking for big boys. In a musical sketch from SNL this holiday season, the TDD singer-songwriter SZA participated in a pre-recorded musical spoof about a group of single women looking for love during the chilly winter months, in addition to performing as a musical guest on Saturday Night Live on December 3rd. In another scene from the video, SNL host Kiki Palmer raps about finding a boyfriend with polar bear arms who can carry in my groceries in just one trip. After announcing her pregnancy during the opening monologue, SZA played 2 songs from her next album, SOS. While serving as a musical guest on December 3rd program, she began with Shirt, her most recent single, which premiered at number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100 in November, and ended with the release of Blind, a brand new song. During the program, she also stated that SOS will be released on December 9th. Now, back to the desk.
Thanks, Tandis, and thank you for tuning in to this week's Norman News. I'm Grace Suomi.
And I'm Natalie Gold. We will see you next week.